Hello, everybody. Facebook Live Land. We are the Podguyz podcast, bringing it to you live, as we do every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here. Tony, we're riding solo today. That's not a bad thing. How is the weather treating yourself on these hot summer days?
It's hot, it's rainy, it's electrifying in the air.
So for everybody that has those, I'm going to move down to Florida one day, dreams in Pennsylvania. This is every day. Every day.
True. It's electrifying every day.
Tony,
you know what
quick,
we need more of? You know what we need more of, Kevin?
What do we need more of?
More water.
More water.
Yeah.
That is your normal rain small talk, right? You know, like, we really needed this rain. We really needed it. You know, people are fucking out of their minds with it. But hey, quick shout out to
wait, folks.
Okay.
PSA here. Just letting you all know that if you're trying to make evening small talk, especially with your folks in the what is that? The service industry, people in the service industry, people who are taking care of the public. How's the weather? Fantastic. Oh, we need more water. No, none of that shit. We need none of that shit.
No more water. End water. Cancel water.
Cancel water.
Cancel it. So, Tony, quick shout out. We have a new reel out there for the Podguyz podcast t-shirts from sold on merchbooth.com. Quick shout out to our wonderful guest that used to be Christian Hardesty. He is the author of the book Don't Shit in My Toilet, that can be found on Amazon.com. The Podguyz podcast t-shirt has changed his life. You could check out the reel on Facebook right now or Instagram as well. Putting them also on YouTube and all those streaming networks, and we're working on the TikTok as we know it, and we have a contest coming up that you know a lot about that I am kind of in the dark about.
But I want to stress one or two things of business, sir.
Sure.
Making sure that if you happen to buy a Podguyz podcast t-shirt, now found at merchbooth.com, www.merchbooth.com, go to podcasts, check us out, the Podguyz podcast, buy a shirt, send us a video. I love to see how it changes your life. We will post it. We will make it into a bit.
It could be a funny video. You could wear it while running away from the cops. Any video you can think of. It's always fun to keep the momentum going like that. But but Tony, we have that special contest you were telling me about.
We do have a special contest, of course. Now this is totally legit, folks. So you may be saying to yourself, "Are you putting on a show for us?" Well, we are. Yeah. We do put a show on for you every weekday, every day at Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We put a show on for you. But this is not a bit. This is Win a Date with Sparky competition.
Bum.
Now, That's right, folks. Even you can win a date with Sparky. He is our co-host who is missing right at the moment. He is in the wilderness. He is cutting logs. He is sawing down trees. He is a purveyor of the provocateur.
He's getting himself 100% prepared for his one date of the year. He only goes on one of these a year. It's kind of like the groundhog, okay? But less shadow talk and no vermin involved. In fact, the only thing it really has in common with the groundhog is coming once a year. I'll rephrase that tomorrow. But regardless, Sparky will go out on the date with you, male or female or transgender or any gender you identify yourself as, homosexual, heterosexual, pansexual. I know the pan one. Did you hear about the pan? Did you hear what pansexual is, Tony?
Yeah. They're in the pan.
Have you heard of pansexual or no?
I have, yes.
What have you heard about pansexual?
That they're into pans.
No. You are lying then. Because pansexuals is a sexual, romantic, and emotional attraction towards people of all genders. Sounds like bisexual to me, but
sounds like bisexual.
Not bisexual.
Oh.
Or regardless of their sex or gender identity, pansexual people might refer to themselves as gender blind.
And
or
knowing
actual blind.
Yeah. Blind. So if you're going into it blind, folks, that is okay. Because when a date with Sparky competition is in full effect, we do have a full applicants right now. We have several applicants, believe it or not, who have sent us an email that they are interested in this date. It will be a bit on the show. It will be filmed. We're going to get this done.
Who are those people out there? Which perverts are watching and listening to the Podguyz podcast, trying to get the rocks off on Sparky?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Because we're going to pick one winner.
I'm not afraid. I think Sparky, it's going to be really messed up when the state police are like, you guys thought this was going to be a great idea. Your friend is missing now.
Probably. Yeah. But I still think this is a great idea. We need to, and guys, don't take this as an awful, like, oh, we're trying to pawn off our friend. Sparky's a great guy. He's very nice. He's very courteous and kind and cooperative, and he is a good listener, and he's very nerdy. So, I mean, hey, plus. Yeah. And he's a great drawer. Let's throw that in there.
He can draw you like Leonardo DiCaprio drew the, with the posing naked woman.
He will paint you like one of his French women.
See.
So if you are interested, please send a reply personally to me or through the Podguyz podcast, THEPODGUYZ podcast @gmail.com.
Well, Tony, there's even bigger things going viral right now in the news. And this is hilarious. I can't stop watching it. It's disgusting at the same time. The Burger King real cheeseburger. Have you heard of this thing, dude, or no?
I have heard all about this particular challenge. It is actually originated, of all places, not the United States.
No, it originated in Thailand. And people thought that
good things with herpes.
Well, no, like the weirdest thing is that people in Thailand, when they're doing the videos, it didn't start off there as a challenge. They were just like their first innocent reaction to the idea was oh, I guess I'll give it a try, as if they weren't being ripped off, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So they kind of were being ripped off, though, because
100%.
In Thailand, they had a beef shortage. So instead of selling an actual cheeseburger, they just put a lot of cheese in between of the beef. Yeah. And instead of complaining, they're very complacent kind of people over in that part of the continent of Asia. And the reason that they're very polite is because they don't have a lot anyways. And why complain? People are trying their best. Are you with me?
I'm with you. 100%.
Your take.
Man.
Sure.
I think if you're going to start with heart disease, why would you pick Burger King cheese?
Tony, if somebody said to you, now I know how you are so very particular with your fast food. I know you're very particular with your fast food. Somebody drops a lid on the ground. You are furious.
Look.
Somebody gives you a depressed meal, you ask for a happy meal, you are angry. Now, Tony, if somebody said to you, hey, here is your cheeseburger, and you open it up and it was just cheese, what is your first reaction?
I'd be a little pissed, probably a lot pissed.
Yeah. What if you're in a different?
Be like, wow, where's my burger? I love my meat. I love all the meat.
I think you'd be very confused.
Meat. I love the meats.
Are you going to be buying or doing the challenge of the 20 slices of cheese?
Now I may look like I'm overweight, Kevin.
Okay.
I mean, I may look. No, I am a healthy individual. I can I can get up on my own. So I wouldn't call myself obese by any means. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", 280, but I I don't see myself as a large and in charge guy.
I don't see you as just eating the fuck anything. You're not
No,
like a
God,
goddamn.
no.
You're not like a garbage disposal for food. It's not like somebody should go up to Tony and say, "Hey, I don't know if this is edible. You'll eat anything. You want to try it?" No, you're very particular with your food. So no, I know that. Now, as far as overweight, underweight, I'm not a goddamn doctor, and neither are you.
I'm
But
not.
unfortunately, people are doing the 20 slice of cheese challenge. Now, Tony, the weird thing is they ask doctors if it's healthy actually to do the challenge, and all doctors that weren't doctors will only speak good of products that they were paid off by.
Yeah.
Like if you say, "Hey, if I take Viagra every day and have unprotected sex," they'll say, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. I have a condom company that's been paying me off. You're going to want to wear that. But Viagra every day, is that healthy?" Of course. Actually, we have a different pill that pays me off. See how doctors are working? Doctors are not paid off by Burger King. So they say, "Oh my God, that's a terribly unhealthy thing to do. Don't do it." But can we trust the doctors? Not until they're paid off by Burger King and tell you that it's a bad idea. That's when you can trust the doctors. But no, I guess you won't be eating cheeseburgers. Tony would be more in for a shark sandwich because it's Shark Week. It's Shark Week. Shark Week.
Yes, it is Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. This is you know what? I marked this day on my this day on my calendar. I mark it on my calendar. It's an amazing time. Mark it on your calendar. Shark Week every year. The person in charge of Shark Week this year, Jason Momoa. Aloha, brother. Aloha. Not really Hawaiian.
Jesus Christ. Gets one day. Martin Luther King gets one day. Sharks get a whole fucking week.
Get a whole week.
What do you got?
I heard they have a 14 camera view on how the Undertaker beat up sharks this past week.
Only one Jewish man in a leather coat jumped sharks one day, and that was Henry Winkler's stunt double.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah, he's unnamed.
Yeah. He's unnamed. What is the best way for you to see the Sharks this week? And you may be saying to yourself, Kevin, how can I, me, Kevin Neary, how can I watch the Sharks this week on Shark Week?
Well, I normally watch my favorite shark, Mark Cuban, in the tank. Hear all of the best business ideas possible if he can get involved. But that is not how everybody celebrates Shark Week. I'm well aware.
It's not how everybody celebrates Shark Week. Now, officially, they have this thing that if you've seen it on TV and you've seen the commercials, it is a whale decoy. Yeah, that's right. You've heard it right. It's a cutout whale decoy that people are going inside. It has a plastic bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, you've heard that correctly as well.
Yeah.
How could this go wrong, Kevin? This cannot go wrong at all.
Wait. A whale decoy, is there a human inside of this whale
There
decoy?
are multiple humans.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so basically they took the idea of the horse costume from Halloween, added another person, used it underwater to lure sharks towards them.
Yeah, to emulate a dead or dying whale.
Well,
to attract more sharks to come
so
toward.
wait, what happens when the shark attacks the simulated dead, dying whale and he stops halfway through because he says, wait a second, this is human blood, not whale blood. There's something wrong here. And he
It's just doesn't taste right.
Swims off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's that's a very creative way to get some content that you wouldn't normally be getting from all these sharks.
That's true. That's true. But speaking of the ocean, and there's a lot of things that have been going on right now, especially out in the ocean, especially with the company that just made a little bit of a splash themselves, believe it or not.
Are you referring to Ocean Gate?
I am referring to Ocean
hold on.
Gate.
Before you say that, and I got to bring this up a little bit, and it does refer back to Ocean Gate, okay? Why is everything that's bad like a gate? Russia Gate, Watergate.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Why is there like a gate to right now? There's Ocean Gate. I don't know. It just dawned on me that everything that's fucking shitty has like a gate to it.
Oh, you're actually right. You're right.
So what's been new with Ocean Gate?
Ocean Gate, the company Ocean Gate, is trying to scrub the internet clean of traces that had ever existed.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're taking down their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn pages to pretend like they didn't even exist.
Yeah, that's the thing. They want to take it down and rebrand. You gotta admire that they're trying to at least not lose all their money.
Now, before we get into that, Kevin, I know we have a one spot for our commercial. Who we're branded by today? Brought to you by Ocean Gate.
Oh, yeah. We are brought to you by Ocean Gate Fireworks. All throughout.
That's an implosion and explosion.
They're into implosions, explosions, imports, exports, the Vandalay Industries.
Yeah. They've made a new thing called a side explosion.
Side explosion.
Yeah.
Ocean Gate Shark Week. That's what they need. They need to dress up that fucking submarine like a dead whale.
Go figure, right? Go figure. The only week of the year that people mark on their calendars, and this is what happens the week before.
I mean, that's probably what happened. They said, well, what are we going to do with our dead whale suit thing? And they gave it to, and they convinced Shark Week humans to take it. And they're like, listen, guys, this is going to get you some good footage. Huh.
True.
Ocean true. Wall. Well, at least you're not a gate. Oh God. Here did you see the now I had to post this on the Podguyz podcast page because Tony, it is exclusively breaking news right here. Is the headline, as you know, reads, Ripa out. Kelly Ripa tells a live audience she probably won't be on the show tomorrow or forever after recent absence from morning gig.
I probably won't be on the show tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, after talking about a night out in New York heat, Kelly let the audience know that she might not be here tomorrow. Listen, just so you know, she said, as she picked up a piece of paper from the desk, I probably won't be here tomorrow or forever because, and I quote, Kelly Ripa said this to a live audience, I'm going to hit the $900 million Powerball. Well, Tony, I think I speak for you and myself. If Kelly Ripa hits the $900 million Powerball, it's official. There is no God.
And she's part of the Illuminati.
And
yeah.
I tell you what, Kelly Ripa.
I'm saying it right now. It's right
Kelly
there.
Ripa has so little to talk about that if she was a part of the Illuminati, she'd only talk about that.
Yeah, she would. Of course she would.
Did you ever hear the crap Remember during the pandemic where her and Ryan Seacrest looked like they were on a bad video date? Where
Yes,
you could tell these
actually, yes.
you could tell these people need directors and they need writers. And there's some breaking news that happened in the writers' strike that you were talking about earlier before the show. You brought it up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
they've come up with quite a and you know what, we support here at the Podguyz podcast, of course, the SAG-AFTRA strike. So
support whoever wins.
Congratulations to you. There's been a lot of rumor, there's been a lot of circumstance going around, and one of the worst things that I've seen actually in the contracts that they've been doing is that you can actually have your likeness scanned or used multiple times, but only get paid once as a background actor.
One flat fee. And their agencies try this kind of stuff so that way they can save money in the long run. Right now, if you've seen the stock of Disney, AT&T, Paramount, these stocks are going down because everyone's jumping ship right over to Netflix. Netflix seems to not only just pay their writers, they can pay their producers, who are also the actors to their main films. There's very limited oversight on how they want everything structured. And on top of that, you have Amazon, who is more than happy and willing to do the same thing. You have so production companies have been in the driver's seat and in the car maker's seat and having full leverage over every aspect of all these actors' lives. And there's a lot of money that they still do have there, Tony. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's not over as far as the sneakiness goes. Now, you were...
no, they were talking about the sneakiness. And of course, what is the one good way that you would fight back with SAG-AFTRA if you were going to use some sort of audio warfare?
I don't know what.
You would send Fran Drescher.
What the fuck?
Fran Drescher is the voice. She is the president of SAG-AFTRA. And she recently got into a conversation.
That is first of all, that is fighting fucking dirty right there, where they're just like that's
like sending Gilbert Godfrey to do your dirty work for you.
Well, that is the equivalent of chemical warfare right there, because they're like, all right, we got some questions. Oh no, make it stop. We are the actors. Please take all the money you want.
Put her away. We'll give you everything. No, but she's been a fighter for the SAG-AFTRA whole situation. So, bless her heart. She's been working hard, trying to get their voice heard. Now, with the writer's strike, the Screen Actors Guild also went on strike to kind of back end the writer's strike as well, so that they can actually get this whole perpetual motion going forward, where they've just been slacking. They've been taking their time on it. They've been putting things together, but stupid additions where they're trying to cut costs and they just don't want to pay people, unfortunately.
Now, that's the thing too. There's less money out there in the consumer base, right?
Yes.
So if there's less money for consumers that actually don't have the money to go out and see a movie, and people aren't going out there to see the movie, SAG is affiliated with different production companies that are owned by Paramount, Disney, HBO.
Only unionized.
These companies are expired with their contracts, right? Mm-hmm. Netflix hires from within, so they don't particularly have to use SAG actors. They're not signed on to the idea. So these SAG actors want to secure the bag.
Correct.
Unfortunately, and I hate to say it, what have you written in the last 20 years? We haven't had, and now in their defense as well, what have you allowed your writers to write along with everything? So you have companies that just are focused on money anyways. They're not focused on the writing, Tony. They don't care about the writing. And it doesn't really show in their bottom line of money it doesn't really show up in their bottom line as far as hurting them, dude, right? Because all you had to do was pick up Stan Lee's fucking comic book one day and say, hey, all of these are movies now. Mel Gibson picks up the Bible and says, this is a movie now. You know, it's it gets a little sorry, I'm just blinking. Okay. The but what I'm saying is that they're not really writing original movies because they're too censored by the production companies, enabling for them not to. Your take.
I mean, I don't have a lot of knowledge as far as what the backroom, shenanigery.
Okay, well then I'll just ask you a question then. Name a movie that wasn't Marvel that grossed $1 billion. Name a movie that wasn't a comic book that grossed $1 billion.
Avatar.
Avatar was a comic book.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. That was more than 20 years ago. James Cameron already had money. He could write it. He could direct it. He could do the whole thing. He didn't really need writers. So when it comes to supply and demand, it's the same thing we've been talking about with the NFL running back situation. I could just draft another cheap running back out of college, have him do your job probably better than you because you're going to be all banged up and used anyways. And it's a use me kind of business, the entertainment field. Happy contract signing, by the way, to DeAndre Hopkins. Hopefully you don't use steroids this time because I won't be picking you for fantasy football again. Tony, what you got down there on the big screen there, pal?
Well, I was trying to look at the different theater payouts this week in general. Mm-hmm. And I know that Indiana Jones really shit the bed this week as far as
did you see it? Did you see the new Indiana Jones?
I didn't see it personally, no.
So I guess the plot, you know what the plot is, right? It's the Wheel of Time.
I know what a plot is, yes.
No, okay, so the plot of it is a Wheel of Time. It's basically time travel. And he's time traveling to different Indiana Jones movies. Basically, it's the Spider-Verse of Indiana Jones. They just smushed that together. And who wrote that movie? Oh, yeah, some dude fucking 30 years ago. See, no writers needed for this kind of stuff. So as much as they want to scream and shout and chant and rhyme and all that nice stuff, hey, we support you guys because, hey, we're artists all the same.
Yeah.
But you got to write something. You got to write something, and you got to tell the studios after you write something so amazing and shoot it yourself and do it yourself, you got to tell the studios you can't have it. You got to tell, and that's where you regain leverage. You tell them you can't fucking have anything.
I think the not even the stopping of everybody backdooring themselves. But I mean, it happens all the time, man. You got somebody who wants to do $1 job for 50 cents. Someone who wants to do a 50-cent job for a quarter.
I was just watching a movie on YouTube, and it's like one of those throwback movies where you're like, I think that this was bad, and I'm pretty sure it was a bad movie. I'm pretty sure it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Right. And when I tell you the name of it, all this is gonna make sense. So I was pretty sure it was bad. Maybe there was a funny part, but probably not. In fact, I'm sure there were no funny parts, and it was all hype. And then when I watched the whole thing, the only funny part is the comments kind of said to the characters, but nothing that the characters really said back. Name of the movie? It's on YouTube for free, guys. Me, Myself, and Irene.
Ah, great movie.
Fucking terrible movie. What are you talking about? Great movie. Are you crazy?
Great movie. That was funny as shit.
Oh, what? Do a rewatch. There is no funny parts in that movie.
I watched that movie. It was funny.
What's your favorite part of Me, Myself, and Irene then? Since it was so life-changing funny.
Life-changingly funny.
Yeah,
I love the part where he turns from the cop to the crazy guy in the grocery store when the girl has to cut in front of him.
Oh, with the Vagisil
with the
thing?
Vagisil. Yeah, that
So
was fun.
that joke has already been done 80 times over.
I know. And you know
that.
Jim Carrey has done a joke over and over and over and over again.
It wasn't even Jim
He's
Carrey.
Done it. He did it as the Mask. He did it as Steve from Steve and Irene. He did it in fucking as Dr. Eggman.
And don't forget Fun with Dick and Jane. It is a stale joke. It is not even, it's supposed to be embarrassing for the other character, which the woman did not look embarrassed, really. She just looked like she was, I'm in a Jim Carrey movie. I'm happy to be here. Cool. And his acting, I tell you what, Jim Carrey's acting is on target in I Love You, Philip Morris. Great movie. Outstanding.
How about what the hell is the name of that one where he did with
The Majestic?
the Over the Moon, I think it's called.
Oh, Man on the Moon?
Man on the Moon. Yeah,
where he played Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
You see, with biopics like that, I don't so Andy Kaufman was depicted a little wrong in that movie. So he says I'd rather.
No way.
Yeah. So
he was a dick. He was a dick in real life.
Let me finish.
Okay.
There was a part in the movie where Andy Kaufman is supposed to say, and he does say, he says, "Oh, I'd rather work at this restaurant than work for NBC," right?
Yeah.
Or ABC or whatever the hell.
Yep.
And that never happened. Andy Kaufman was working part-time at a restaurant while doing stand-up comedy at the time, and that conversation between him and the agent never happened. It was puffery, it was plain old made up,
sure.
And they carried that. Now, I don't care if you say a little lie like that, but they kept hammocking and bringing it back up throughout the movie as if it was a significant turn that actually never happened in any sense of reality. I think Jim Carrey nailed the character. I mean, somewhat okay, about a 6.5, as good as you can, because Andy Kaufman's a tough character to get down all around.
Yeah, I agree.
But did the story need to be told? There was a lot of documentaries out there at the time too, flooding the airways, that I didn't really need to see the movie to watch it, sort of thing.
Okay.
But you know me, man, I get picky with a lot of movies.
How about the Truman Show?
I liked the Truman Show. I hated the Majestic.
Yeah.
I hated everything about the Majestic. You know what? The Majestic just felt like it was a movie that lacked a stage, and the acting was just at that C- level. Like you have B+ to A+ actors acting at a C- level, and it was okay. So one scene where everyone in the town is gathered round. And of course, he's got, the blonde woman, and he's going to kiss her in front of the crowd, and the whole crowd cheers. Nobody ever acts like that. Ever acts like that. Have you ever kissed a woman and the whole crowd and the whole town cheers and claps in unison? Come on now. This is not even depicting close to real life. Truman Show, though, is depicting what we are at today right now, where we are so addicted to the reality of other people's lives that we neglect our own reality to a degree.
Yeah.
Kardashian, Keeping Up with the Kardashians is one example, and there are many examples of reality TV show. And the Truman Show was kind of ahead of its time a little bit, in my opinion.
A little bit.
I liked it. Gave it like a solid 6.5, 7-ish out of 10. Teetering around there.
I may have actually scaled that up a little bit higher, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, a 10 is perfection.
7 to 8. No, it's a 7-8 movie.
I mean, the only reason I would go less than an 8 is because there's only so much bullshit that we figured that Truman could buy, that we're actually making excuses up for us that he has like a Stockholm syndrome by the time you know it.
Well, he was just trying to say that we're all in the Matrix, and like we're all being, videotaped.
Well, when the protagonist, when Truman starts to figure it out, right? And that is that is supposed to be immediately ignored by the audience to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Where we're supposed to think that, oh yeah, he's pretending to be tricked and all that nice stuff. Ed Harris's character is supposed to be too smart to assume that Truman is that naive, where he should have just like came down and said like, hey, we need to have a chat. they could have made the second half of the movie where, now he gets out of there and, tries to adapt to reality, to his new reality,
Yeah.
where now he's been in that for a long time. That's, they dragged on the whole movie in Wonderland, basically. We'll call it a Wonderland for him, in the dome, basically,
Sure.
for way too long, when a whole second half of the movie of watching Truman, and it would kind of present itself like remember that Brendan Fraser movie where he's out from the 1950s, he was living in underground or whatever the hell. It was a Brendan Fraser movie. Here, Never Been
Oh,
Kissed.
yeah.
Like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And Never Been Kissed, is that what it's called?
Sure.
Something like that. Anyways,
Had,
he gets out. It would be like a flash, like a flash from the past. It'd be like a washing over of reality.
Whatchamacallit played his dad.
Red Foreman. Or wait, no. John Voight.
No.
John Voight.
No.
Or, no, what's his face? It kind of talks like this. And anyways, moving on.
Yeah, whatever.
It's what I'm saying is that missed opportunity right there. That's why I got to scale it back to a 7 max. And I mean, I'm really being generous at a 7. I'm being more realistic at a 6.5. But yeah, listen, man, me, myself, and Irene. I mean, it just made me feel like, okay, this guy's getting walked all over. Okay, he's nice. He's raising kids that totally aren't his kids or whatever the hell. They're using the black midget guy that later appeared in Bad Santa for no apparent reason. And it just, I don't know, man. Renee Zellweger said something kind of funny, right? In the movie. And she said, "Would you stop staring at my ass?" And I'm thinking to myself, Renee Zellweger, when were you ever a sex figure for anybody? Like, ever? Who's ever said it themselves, let me go in the bathroom and masturbate to this picture of Renee Zellweger? Like, what the hell?
Oh, Christopher Walken. That's who it was.
Christopher Walken. Yeah.
Yeah. He played his dad.
But yeah, I was watching that for a little bit, and it's just, I don't know. It's just not very, it's not as memorable. It's not even close to being a good memory to begin with. I give Me, Myself, and Irene 3. A 3 out of 10.
Sure. I'm glad that we're rating movies, but you know what movie that we should be talking about?
What is that?
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. The Barbie movie. The Barbie movie is coming into theaters soon. What's your take on it?
Well, I have this suspicion that the whole movie is just out there to sell toys.
No, no way.
They, just
I don't know about that.
Call me a conspiracy theorist if you'd like. I wear it as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Here's my best impression of RFK Jr.
He sounds like one of those guys that has like the reverberator.
He sounds like if Darth Vader always had the mask off. And they're like, "Are you
like
sure?"
He permanently has not only a defibrillator in his chest, but he also has.
He sounds like
a dish detergent thing in his throat.
He sounds like the most stubborn kid when the parents said, "All right, you like smoking cigarettes, don't you? Well, here's a whole carton. You're gonna keep smoking them until you're fucking sick." And 10 years later, chain smoke.
Done.
He had a very horrible injury. I don't mind the guy. I think they just think there's no fucking chance. Either you got the guy like this, or then you got the guy that, hey, listen, hey, there's no joke. Or then you got the whoa, the Mexicans. How the fuck can't we get like a normal dude in there?
There's nobody else. There's nobody.
The only normal-ish looking guy that came in there was like Pete Buttigieg, and he was just like, they're like, so
he was a normal kid. Like he had dreams and hopes and ambitions, and then he got fucking stomped by all the retards in politics.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg. They're like, so what's different about you? He's like, I'm gay. They're like, whoa.
Political rejects everywhere.
How gay. Yeah, man, it's just kind of wacky anymore. And it's almost like a compromise right about now. You know, you're living with a bunch of dumb bastards constantly.
Yeah.
Jesus Lord Almighty. It's
Where's
tough.
Where's Colin Powell when you need him?
He's dead, the fucking war criminal. Hey, Colin, we need you to lie. Oh my God. Well, look at this. Tony Caswell just posted a warning about the Barbie movie here.
I did.
He did. It says, warning, do not take your child to the new Barbie film. It is full of demonic influences, and do not be surprised if your child suddenly starts to behave differently. The Lord showed me the millions of demons that will be released on your children. Don't take this lightly. They are coming for your children.
Yes, good old Ivan Tuttle.
Now, hold on now. Don't priests,
Tuttle.
Don't priests like to fuck kids? Isn't that like a thing? Don't you fucking throw your Bible in front of the goddamn pedophile organization known as the Catholic Church. Okay, don't say like, hey, they're coming for your kids. You're coming for the kids, you psycho fuck. You are the crazy fuck. That's
you and all the demons.
It says at the end here, those that are sharing this post making fun of it, God loves you too. Ooh, that's kind of like a backhanded.
God loves us all, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just, you know what, Tony? I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you.
I'm gonna pray for you.
I'm gonna just have no.
I'm gonna pray for you twice. No,
I'm gonna. You know what? Every night, I'm gonna tell my friends to pray for you as well. We're gonna have
in my prayer group. In my prayer group, we're gonna pray for you.
We should pray together sometime.
I'm going to put it in the church bulletin.
I'm going to light a candle for you. And
all right.
I'm going to donate to a statue in your name. The fuck do you think about that?
I'm going to donate a brick to the foundation that builds churches in third world countries.
When you don't know what to get for the birthday. You win this round there, Tony.
Touche, sir. Touche.
Yeah, you win this round of being a passive aggressiveness through Catholicism.
Hey, speaking of passive aggressiveness, let's end this show on a good note. Did you know, Kevin, that there is such a thing as the National Mullet Contest?
National Mullet Contest. Now, I did not know about this, but I'm pretty sure each hair category would have their own holiday. I didn't know it was a contest. I was thinking that was National Mullet Day. And I guess now is it a contest and the day in the same day, or no? Is it just a contest?
I don't know if it's a some sort of contest or not. I don't really know.
Your mic sounds really good right now.
It sounds good.
It just sounded really good, like in that moment. I don't know where you.
Oh,
what happened?
Sorry.
No, it's not. It's good.
So I can't pull it up, but there is a boy from Swoyersville, Pennselsvania.
Did he watch the Barbie movie? Is that what inspired his mullet thing? Was it the demons inside? No,
he's Barbie inspired to win the National Mullet Contest.
Hold on. While you talk about mullets, let me hold this.
Oh, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Yes,
Mountain
Dew. Right. Dental care and Mountain Dew are now side by side. You could actually see, you can see what it does for you.
The National Mullet Championship Contest sponsored by Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. We're still worried. We're still worried about getting banned in Europe.
By the way, we actually have more listeners coming out of England, Sweden, and Australia again this week.
Wow.
I know. Go figure, right?
We're getting
the National Mullet Competition
Well, did they have a winner, or is that
Well,
what
they have a couple winners, and they have them both in kids and adults. And it actually, if you go to www.mulletchamp.com,
mulletchamp.com?
yes, you could be the next mullet champion. We have made the decision to no longer require users to register to vote, but all of the donations that are sent forward will go to Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors to help our U.S. military veterans.
Wow. That's kind of weird where you're just like, I fought in the war and have flashbacks terribly. How can I get help? They're like, well, first of all, we need a trophy, a child with a mullet. You just
brought to you by Skull.
Brought to you by Skull. Formerly brought to you by Copenhagen. Skull's immediate competitor.
But there is officially the U.S. Mullet Championships. Go and check it out. Go to USA Mullet Champ, mulletchamp.com.
Cool.
To check this out.
Or instead, you could just make a direct donation to the Wounded Warriors Project. Okay? Instead of forcing people to have funny looking haircuts and then saying, hey, this is all to help soldiers, you can directly do that all by yourself. It's a great cause. It helps veterans that are still carrying the weight of war on their shoulders and in their mind through PTSD and other wounds that just won't seem to heal. You can just directly give a check or money order or any donation that you can possibly afford to the Wounded Warriors Project. Tony, it always pisses me off whenever you see like, hey, we have to make a challenge about something so that way we can raise awareness for something that we have totally in our control to not have anymore. We don't really need to have anyone get injured through war. We send them to war so that way, we can assert ourselves throughout the worldwide stage. Sure. Unfortunately, some kid ended up winning a mullet contest over something. And then they said, well, wait a second. We can't just have this be for selfish, hilarious reasons. Why don't we donate it to the Wounded Warriors cause, which is fine, I guess. But it's just like, dude, write a check, save your kid the haircut. If you want to have fun with the contest, just have fun with the contest. Look at
Kevin, 2023 is different though.
No, 2022 is different. 2021 is different. They're all the same bullshit,
No, Kevin, they've now officially entered in the ladies to the official mullet championship of 2023.
I wonder if a transgender gets in there, right? And then they say, oh, they had an advantage because
now, Kevin, if you were gonna say what the name of the mullet for women is, what would you call it?
I would call it a mole.
No, it's called the femulet.
A femulet.
A femulet.
Wow.
Yeah, or a fem mullet.
Just passing up the word mole. And making sure everyone knows, well, they're called females according to the science book. Huh. Yeah,
they got some adorable people in there. They got women's, they got children, they got teens. Believe it or not, there's men's competition, and it's all going down in August, July and August. So make sure that you go to mulletchamp.com, vote for your favorite person. If you would like to donate to the Wounded Warrior Foundation, I would love it, because why not?
And if you find yourself that you're the type of person when you give something, you want to receive something, we have some good news for you. You can go to merchbooth.com, go down to the podcast section, find the Podguyz podcast, click on that. Check out the t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, tank tops we have with the Podguyz podcast on them. Show your support to the podcast that
we have shirts that have permanently cut off sleeves.
We do. Yeah, they are muscle shirts. Whether you have muscles or want muscles, maybe you grow into the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the type of person that got hit with gamma rays, and then
maybe you
every
have
time
thoughts and ambitions in your life, and you just want to have a muscle shirt.
you could do that too. Yeah. You could just you could say, well, I used to be big until the accident. You could fake an injury, if you really wanted
maybe
to.
I'm just a big bone person at 6'3" and 280.
Big shout out to Margaret Adelson. Margaret Adelson sent out a very large looking cartoon star. I don't think that was the kind of star.
She's my buddy.
I think that Tony wanted real money stars, but she sent a cartoon star, a big one big star. But that's all right. It's a good shout. Nice shout out to Margaret. And don't forget to go to merchbooth.com with your stars and your sarcasm and stuff like that. And check us out there. I like a contest though when there's a clear winner, right, Tony? Like the hot dog eating championship.
Ooh, there is a clear winner?
No,
every year.
It's always the weirdest thing. Whenever people start talking about Joey Chestnut, right? And they say, wow, I can't believe he won again. And then you see somebody, they look back and forth and they say, his asshole is probably destroyed permanently after today. It doesn't take them long to get to the poop, is what I'm saying. They don't
like a quick trip to Taco Bell.
Look at it, he's sweating. Oh my God, he must have trained super hard. And then after it's all said and done with that, everybody's muttering to themselves like, that man is going to die on the toilet tonight.
What if they just hook him up to a machine where he just shits the casings out into another casing?
They just take him into a colon cleanse machine and it's an old
it's all hot dog entrails into hot dog entrails.
Like it kind of looks like the machine that made the everlasting gobstopper.
Yes. Yet it's Joey Chestnut.
And every hot dog casing that comes out turns into an everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah, it's just Joey Chestnut sitting on a toilet.
Well, they actually do have the new Willy Wonka movie is coming out.
They do.
God, we got to save that for next week, man, and tear it the fuck
that'll be
apart,
something else.
Because they are just okay. I'd rather like a Wonka that didn't look like Wonka immediately. I don't need him to look like a cartoon. I don't need the top hat there. Okay, immediately.
No, I forget his name. Timothy Chalamet, I believe it is, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good casting. But I don't need
it's a good casting, but you know what? He is a young Johnny Depp. And that's, they're going with that particular, rendition, whatever of that character. So
I'm saying is the top hat does not need to be there.
No, okay? God, no.
The Wonka suit, the whole suit does not need to be there. I want to see do a character study of Willy Wonka and show me like an Alice in Wonderland look at how it all started. Don't give me this like very breeze by, and look at now there's a fucking Oompa Loompa and Yippity Yahoo and because if you're just adding in familiar characters, you didn't write a script and we know it. And that's the thing. They don't care about writing a script. Writers, as much as they're protesting, guess what, guys? Stuff is still being made. They just go up to ChatGPT and they say, hey, write me a movie about Willy Wonka, but make sure it feels original. And ChatGPT does it. ChatGPT does not go on strike. It doesn't know what strike is. It doesn't care what strike is. It is happy to be a part of the whole thing.
True.
Yeah. It's tough though, man. Like how do you really compete with that idea? Where you say, hey, we have someone who's better and works for free, doesn't need to eat, never complains, doesn't rape, all those things. We don't have to worry. We have no need for insurance now. We got a robot to do everybody's job. And they produce a better product.
And it's better. Yeah. In every way.
In every way possible. You can't compete with that. So I know what they're trying to do with Fran Drescher. We touched on it. It's a weapon of war right there, my man.
It's a weapon of mass destruction.
And she knows enough of the business where they can you already know the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
they are going to be using the AI generated crap. They're going to be using the whole like, hey, I need you to do my job. The lawyers are using AI, artificial intelligence, or whatever to do.
Well, it would be
job.
the thing that if you're an A-list actor and you have your rights to use your likeness in a movie, and that you're going to get paid for said likeness in a movie, but you don't have to do any job or any work, then why?
Well, that's just the thing. There's always a competitor's edge. You have other companies out there that want real actors.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino still uses real makeup. They use the real explosions and stuff. And it says a lot about the filmmaking where you don't need to always computer generate everything. People sometimes like the look of reality on how a certain car explodes in the air, or a certain, head ends up getting shot through, and the artistry involved there, the time and the work put into the whole thing. I've been a part of such movies where they have to do several takes with different guns and stuff, like it's for low budget, and low budget movies with a great script, you're gonna get a lot more out of that than you will just mindlessly looking at a chopped up version of what might have happened to the fucking Nike shoe by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and they knew what they were doing there. Amazon Prime said, "Hey, you guys want money and to barely make a movie? We have all the rights to these songs. Here you go.
Yeah,
just
and these people
songs. Chop up." Did you see the movie or no?
No.
Dude, it's the easiest movie to watch. You don't even need your brain. It is that fucking easy. You don't even need it.
I'm going to stop you right there, Kevin. You know what's an explosion right now? Ending this show before we all die.
Before we all die.
We're dying.
You're dying. Well, if you want to get in touch with Tony Caswell, myself, Kevin Neary, or the Podguyz podcast at gmail.com to come on the show. We were trying to get some people on late night. We're always working on new stories that we see in the news for this show. We have our take on it. We share our take on it. Editing commercials, doing all sorts of crap throughout the whole entire week. But if you do want to come on the show to promote yourself as an actor or anything in the entertainment industry, or if you have a small business, a big business, any yawning.
I'm sorry. I had such an early day.
Oh God. What did you have to do? You had to wake up. What time did you have to be up?
I was up at your time, actually.
My time? Yeah.
6:30.
I'm up like that early every day.
Yeah.
Only I got to wake up today to get super prepared to fail twice. Nothing hurts more than that, where you're like, I'm fucking ready. Oh boy, am I ready? And then fail. You're like, hold on now. I'll correct that. Fail worse.
Yeah. Story of my life. All right. If you guys do want to watch us, look for us on all your social media platforms.
Yeah, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, the whole
Podbean, freaking Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube. We're putting stuff on TikTok. We're
Google
putting
Music
stuff everywhere, man.
And
you name it, we're there. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can check us on fucking I don't remember the other name of the place. Oh, Pinterest. You can Pinterest us.
Pinterest, yeah. I bet they could Pinterest us. And if you want to see my fiance's channel, it's Jen's Vlog on YouTube. It's about a love story between an American such as myself and a Filipina such as herself.
You know who cares about that, Kevin?
Women, people that have souls.
Yeah, I was going to say people with souls.
Yeah, there's a list. I know you don't care about it because you get to live it and I get to live it. I'm just like, hey,
True.
Tony. You're like, hey, Kev, how are you? Depressed. I miss my fiance. Anyways, make me laugh, motherfucker.
Tell me the funnies. Guys, thank you very much for watching the show. We are the Podguyz podcast. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Make sure you check us out every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you share below. Very important. Right down in that corner, right down there. Make sure you share. Guys, you know what to do.
Do the
Put
thing.
the thing by the place. Whatever.
Yeah.
Peace.